YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Beth Lambert and I am a 6th year teacher. And this year is different though because I am going to be teaching 2 grades. I will be teaching 3rd grade and 4th grade at my small rural school in Missouri. Today's video is going to be about lesson planning. Okay, we are back. Sorry, my battery ended up dying, so we're back. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about what this video is going to be about. So I have been working on getting my lessons ready to ready for the beginning of the year. So I'm actually going to split this video up into 3 parts. And so the first part I'm going to show you is how I did my math lessons. And since I will be having 2 grades, I am going to be doing centers. And one center is going to be Teacher Talk, Tech Time, Math Factory, and then a task ticket is what I'm kind of calling it. And so let's just go ahead and get started. So let me show you what my planner looks like. Disclaimer. If you like Erin Condren, if you like Happy Planner, awesome. I have used Happy Planner. I think that they work fine, but I did not reach for it. So if it's all up to you. So if you like the Erin Condren, perfect. If you like the Happy Planner, amazing. I just needed something that I could look at and not have to mess with extra stuff in it. So this is my planner. It looks like this and it's upside down. And it looks like this. So all I did was my sister, who teaches history at our district, said that she was going to go this route, and I kind of looked at her and I was like, okay. And then I saw hers and I loved it and I made my own. So I just bought this pretty, sorry you can kind of see me in the camera, hi. I bought this really pretty binder at Walmart, and then I made my own planner pages. So let me go ahead and show you what they look like. Alright, so this is what the inside of the planner looks like. I just went on and did, made just like a table on PowerPoint and just filled it in with my schedule. And so it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it has a notes prep for next week. And then, so my day is going to be going down, which whenever I do my week, I like to go across like this. And you'll see another document that I will show you in just a little bit of why I like to look across when I'm doing subject planning, and then going down the week also helps me too. So my schedule is math workshop, then we'll go to specials, science, rep time, which is the like reteach, enrichment, and then practice. My reading workshop, which is going to be split because we're moving recess, and then so I'll do reading, social studies, go to recess, come back and do spelling, writing, and language arts. And on the bottom of my planner, I have a reminders of what I need to probably get as far as like lunch duty, breakfast duty, meetings, that kind of thing will go down here. And then I have my notes prep for next week. So anything I may look at my my little math workshop sheet, which I'll show you in a little bit. Anything I need to prepare for, I'm going to put here. And so whenever I have any free time, if I notice the kids need something or something for a craft, it's going to go there. So, and I just printed off enough sheets for the whole year, so about 40 pages each. And so, and they're not back and forth, they're not front and back. So if I needed more space for notes or anything, I can go here, or if I needed to make a note, I can put a sticky note and just put it on the back. So that is what my planner looks like. And this font is the same one that I have been using in my classroom. It is from Hello Literacy. It is a free, non-commercial font, so I am not able to sell this, but that is okay. You know, I'm not about all that. I don't got time for all that, so. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you my math. So before I jump in and show you what curriculum I'm going to be using for my class this year, I wanted to give you guys some background as to why I chose to go with this. So I found out in June that I'd be teaching 3rd and 4th grade, and I took that position. The first thing I did was the very first thing I did when I first found out, I hung up the phone, was I went online to the Missouri website and I printed off all of the 3rd and 4th grade standards, and I wanted to make sure that whatever I was going to use could be easy enough and flow with how I wanted my classroom to flow. So I started doing some research. I started looking out and kind of seeing what was out there that was what I was looking for, pretty much. So when I came across this curriculum, I thought it was really, really good. I thought it gave good examples to real world. I thought that there were things in there that I could break apart and make a center out of, like task cards, or make a game out of. It gave me lots of options. My district does not, we have curriculum that the school has bought. The only problem is because curriculum requirements are changing so quickly, they're not matching up. So what I love about my district is that I'm able to use something that is, as long as it benefits the student and prepares them, then I am free to use it. So another thing I want to let you know is that Missouri has adopted their own learning standards. So not Common Core, which is going to be a little bit weird when I show what I'm using. So I purchased the student editions of My Math, and it's the McGraw-Hill My Math for 3rd and 4th grade. And I only did the student editions because I don't need like the teacher book. I don't think. I need to see what the kids are seeing, and so I just purchased those off Amazon. Now, My Math goes with Common Core. And I don't have a problem teaching with Common Core, and they really match up with the Missouri standards. Like if I put Common Core on one side and matched it over to Missouri Math, like they're like maybe 1 or 2 words like different, or like 1 or 2 like place values like different. So they're really not that different to work with. I don't think so anyway. And I can make it work. I'm pretty flexible. So I purchased the 3rd grade and 4th grade My Math books, student editions. And so that is what I'm going to be using as a guide. Now what I love about this is literally the lessons match up almost like a day apart. So that means my very first lesson is like place value through tens or hundreds or something for 3rd grade, and then it's literally like the first one in 4th grade is place values through thousands. So that means whenever I'm doing my teacher talk, I literally just have to just grab another manipulative to be able to teach the 4th graders or take it away to teach the 3rd graders. that is what I was wanting. That is what I have been searching for, and that is what I love about it. So that's what I'm using for curriculum. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you before I jump into like writing in my planner. I don't think I'm going to really film that. I'll just do it while I talk to you. So I'm going to show you what my centers are going to look like. And you'll see that whenever school starts. I think it's really hard to get a visual whenever it's just me like talking to you about it. But I have a good vision in my head, and I think it's really going to work out. So I'm starting math very first thing in the morning. So the students come in, the bell rings at 8:05, and the students are given 10 minutes to get their stuff put away, turn stuff in, and do their classroom jobs before meeting me at the carpet to start the workshop. So I'm going to start off the workshop as a whole group with both grades doing a number talk. If you do not know what a number talk is, I'm going to link some videos down below of some teachers modeling that. There's also some books that you can get that they're literally called number talks. I think one is like kindergarten through second, and then there's one 3rd through 5th grade. And so you can buy them, and there's examples in them. I personally don't own them. I just kind of go with what the students need. So I'm going to start off with a number talk, and then we're going to move on to the learning goal. And we're going to talk about what our goal is as a group. Now I'm going to have a 3rd grade one, a 4th grade one, and we are going to talk about why it's going to be important for us to answer that question, or that essential question, or that learning goal. Then whenever we are done discussing that, we are going to break into the 4 groups. So the 4 groups I have are teacher talk, tech time, task ticket, and math factory. So the teacher talk is small group instruction with me. The centers are going to run for about 20 minutes each, and that's going to take us to about the time before specials begins. So small group with me, and then they're going to move to tech time. Now tech time is going to be either doing work on the website called Freckle, and Freckle is just a website that is designed for teachers to collect data off from their students. It's like kind of like game mode. They earn coins, and the coin shop opens. It's not available all the time, and so when it opens, the kids only have like a minute to be able to go in and buy stuff with the coins that they have before it shuts down again. So it's just something fun that the kids can do, but still be practicing what they need to. Now this will give them a pre-assessment in the beginning, and it's going to monitor them where they're at. So one day they may be working on time, one time it may be multiplication. It just depends on what they need. And then I can also go in and give assessments or assignments to them through that workshop, or through that center also, or website. You know what I mean. The math factory. I needed something for the kids to be able to express what they were learning without doing a worksheet. I do give worksheets, but I think the kids need something else besides paper pencil all the time. So I have made Math Factory so the kids are actually making something to represent what they are learning. So, and you'll see this in just a minute when I pull out my sheets to show you what the kids are going to be doing. So one day they may be doing a craft, lots of craft work in Math Factory. One day they may be building something. It could be a STEM bend day where the kids just take what they've learned and apply it to making something. And then to assess what they have learned, I will be using the app called Flipgrid. And Flipgrid allows for the students to make a video recording of themselves explaining what they have learned or what they have created, and I can give a prompt to them giving them instructions, and then they reply back to me. And it's really cool to see because whenever you have it up on the smart board, the kids can use a tablet or a phone or a computer or whatever you have in your classroom to use. They can record themselves, and then as the students start to submit their work, it's displayed up on the smart board. So the teacher can visually see who has turned in their Flipgrid and who still needs to finish. And at the end of it, you can sit down with your class as a reflection time and just watch them, and then have like a hot seat moment where the kids can show their work, ask questions, kids can ask questions to them, and things like that. So that's what makes Math Factory so incredibly important, because it's opening up that cooperative learning as well as the creative side. And then the last station is that task ticket, and that's when the kids are actually going to be doing that paper pencil or the task cards that I want them to know for sure. This can be a vocabulary worksheet. It can deal with just word problems, anything that I think the kids are going to need, or may even be pulling from the My Math book, either independent pages or just like 5 or 6 problems for the My Homework page. So I can see how the students are doing. And then at the end, when all 4 stations are done and the timer goes off, we come back for a reflection time. And the reflection time is literally the last 10 minutes before the kids go to specials. And it gives us time to go back to our essential question and ask, okay, what did we learn? What is something we can do to answer this question? And you'll see that as I kind of develop my lessons throughout the school year, how that works. So let me just show you really quick what that first full week is going to look like. Now, I will probably be doing a first week back to school simply because we go back on a Wednesday, and that's only 3 days. And so I use those 3 days literally to get to know my kids as much as I can. So not really content heavy, maybe do a reading assessment just to kind of see where they are there, and to start to build relationships with them. So that's going to be a completely different video. So what I'm talking about when I'm showing you this is the first actual week of school. August 19th is when it's going to be that first full week. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that page is going to look like. Okay, so here's my week at a glance for my math centers. So it looks very similar to my planner setup, only I have up top the different sections of my workshop. So I have up here the week of, it's August the 19th, and I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday there. So I start with my number talk. And on Mondays, or as soon as we start a new chapter, I'm going to do an Am I Ready? And this is just part of the My Math program. Just a pre-assessment to see what the kids know and what they may need to focus on in maybe like a rep time. So going down. So Monday is the Am I Ready? This is where the number talks begin. So the first number talk is going to be make a 10 using 2 numbers. And so we're just going to talk about what are the 2 numbers that we can use to make a 10. And I'm going to start scaffolding them for mental math. And so Wednesday we're going to build. So make a 10 with 3 numbers. And then keep building, make a 10 with 4 numbers. And then on Friday, make a 10 with 5 numbers or digits. I should probably put numbers there. I'll fix that. And this is the lime, so this is 3rd grade. And so I just highlighted that with a green highlighter. And then luckily for the whole chapter, I believe, the learning goal is going to stay the same. So I just did that. And so the first week's learning goal is how can numbers be expressed, ordered, and compared. And so whenever we talk about in the reflection time, we're going to say, how can we represent numbers? How can we express them? How can we order them? And how can we compare them? And so that's when the kids are going to be able to show what they've learned. And so my teacher talk is going to be just the lesson. So I'm going to start with lesson 1. We're going to go to lesson 4. And then like halfway through the chapter, they do a check progress or a quiz. And so Fridays, it just happens to fall on a Friday this week for the first week. And so that's what's going to happen there. And then tech time, I'm going to just test this out and see how they do with Freckle, or see how they do. I've heard like Zern is another good one to use, but I'm not a big fan of the 3rd grade on there. I think they push a little too, it's just a little too advanced, I think, for my kiddos. So I think we're just going to do Freckle for the first 4 days, and I'm going to give a free choice. This free choice may come into play another time as well, just to kind of break it up so they're not, it's not so heavy with just like content. And so we come to the Math Factory. Now remember, this is where they're going to create. This is where they are going to show me and relate what they've learned into something that they've made. And so we're going to start off simple, and we're going to do, so lesson 1 is the place value. And so they're going to learn about, 3rd grade is going to learn about standard form, expanded form, and standard, expanded, and word form. And so they're just going to do a apple craft where they roll a number, and it's going to be on a basket. And so they'll have to put the number in the basket. Then each apple they have is going to have them represent that in either word form, base 10 form, expanded form. And so that's just something simple to get them started on. And they're going to have 2 days to work on that. And the reason why I expanded to 2 days is just because 4th grades does not get into it until like the 2nd day, like the expanded, you know what I mean, expanded base 10 word form. They don't get to that until lesson 2, where this one for the lemons for 4th grade talks about how every place value is like 10 times greater than the one to the left of the number. And so on Monday and Tuesday, they're going to be working on their apple place value craft. And then on the second part of Tuesday, they have to do a flip grid. So they'll have to present that using that app. The 3rd lesson is on comparing numbers. And so they are going to be making alligator chompers. And they're going to make 2. And so one is going to be facing like this way, and then one's going to be facing like the other way. I can't do it. There you go. So they're going to make their alligator chompers and then play a game with those. On the 4th day is ordering problems. And like I said, 4th grades, it's like 1 or 2 days off. But they're going to be doing ordering word problems and then making a number line. And so that's what they're going to be doing there. And then on Friday, as a whole group. Now Friday is going to be a little bit different because it is a check progress day. It is a quiz day, and Fridays are going to be Fun Friday in my room. And so I didn't want it to be like heavy centers. And so we're still going to be doing our number talk. We are still going to be talking about the learning goal. Everybody will be doing their check progress all at the same time. And then it's like almost like you choose. You choose where you want to go. So they can have free choice on the tablets. They can play The Floor is Lava, which I am in search of some non-slick pads for the floor. I may even do like sitting dots. for that game that we can play as a whole group, and then the vocabulary task cards review. So those are going to be their choices, and they have to go to all 3 stations. So they have to go here. We're going to play this together, and then they have to do their free choice. So that is what it looks like. Now the reflection time, honestly, I left blank because I can't tell them what to think. I don't know where the direction's going to go. All I can do is go off of what they know and help build it. So on Monday, if I see that they're really struggling comprehending with the place value, I can make a note in here saying to reflect back on that here. And so that is my plan for my math centers. Oh, hello, good lighting. Okay, so I went ahead and filled in, this is for 8/19, starting on Monday. And so I just went in and just put the lesson. So lesson 1-1 for 3rd grade, I just highlighted it green, so place value through thousands. And then 4th grade for lemons, it's 1-1 place value. And so you can kind of see what I was talking about, how the lessons kind of stay close together. So 3rd grade jumps the gun and hits comparing numbers, while on Wednesday 4th grade compares numbers. So it's like every other day they're going to do that lesson. So, but it makes my life a little bit easier knowing that I'm not going to have to put those manipulatives too far away because I'll be coming back to them. And so I just went through and I go across, I did all of that, and I talked a little bit about Fridays being not like, when I say Fun Friday, it's more of how we're checking behavior, we're checking to see if work is done, and then they're rewarded with the last little bit of the day to do what they want. So that is what it looks like. I am very happy with how it turned out. Now the only section I will not have filled in come that first week of school and I go back will be the rep time. So this is literally going to be day for day for day for day. So if I see a student here who is just not getting it, I will literally just be like, pull it, put it here, and have it for like 5 minutes to work with that student. Mainly going to be using the rep time for phonological awareness and phonemic awareness, getting my students where they need to be. So that's what rep time is going to be for. And also to let you know, it's not just for small group. Like during this time, the students will have choices to do also. So if I have a student who is a little bit gifted, talented, I may have them doing a project, I may have them practicing on something on their level, I may have silent reading, I may have just different things for that 20 minutes out of the day for them to work on for themselves. And so that is my planner. So that is what I have planned on how I would like for my classroom to run. Now, something to keep in mind if you are a new teacher is that it is okay to switch things up if you need to. If it's going to benefit the needs of your students, it is okay to switch things up. In my classroom, if I can tell that one center is not working for my students, it's gonna be in this week. It needs to be in this week. If I know that the work is going to be too hard, or if I need to make some differentiated changes, I need to be aware of it that first full week. Now I know there'll be behavior issues, but that's what we talk about that first week. This first 3 days are literally getting to know my kids, letting them understand why we do our centers the way we do, making anchor charts of the behavior that is expected in all of them, so they know that when it comes to Monday, August the 19th, that this is what I'm expected to do, and making it a routine. I know with centers, behavior can be a really big issue, but I think if you build the relationships with your students and have high expectations for them, that I think it would work. Now there may be some changes within that you have to make some choices on, and that's okay. But I think that this is going to work out really, really well for this group of kiddos. They like to be up, they like to move around, they just learn differently. And so if you're worried about doing centers, or if you are worried about that, take that first week and observe them and watch them and ask them questions on what they like or how they like to learn or their hobbies, so you know how to best serve them as a teacher. And so that is all I have for today. If you watched through the whole thing, thank you so much. I am so blessed to have all my subscribers that I have so far who are joining me on this journey. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, follow me on Instagram at Not a Morning Teacher. I do lots and lots of videos. I don't do lives, but I do lots of Instagram stories on there, letting you know what's working, and what I'm working on, or how life's going. So please make sure to check me out there. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.